Welcome to the Music and Crypto Podcast, powered by BeatzCoin. Sit back and listen to artists, crypto experts, and many different guests tell their stories as we get deep into the art of music and revolutionary crypto space. So let's get started.
Welcome everybody to the Music and Crypto Podcast, powered by BeatzCoin. I am your host, Alex, and we have a very special episode for you this evening. But with me first, I'd like to introduce the one, the only founder of BeatzCoin, Steven Zambron. Steven, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Alex. And I'm glad to be on this very special episode and looking very much forward to hearing from our guest today.
And let's get straight to it. Our guest is none other than John McAfee. Yes, the one and only John McAfee. And we just thought, like, let's just not talk and get straight into the interview. It's going to be a live stream video from Skype. So let's see how this goes. And he was very particular and very specific with his timing. So we want to honor that, right?
Definitely. Let's get into it.
All right.
Right at 7:23. Hey, John.
How are we doing?
Hey.
Not bad. How's it going? Steve here, and I got Alex with me, and he's going to jump right. Hi, Janice.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Now, you know, I've been fucking with you guys on timing. I don't give a shit what time you call. I certainly don't plan out my dates at the minute. I just wanted to see if you guys would catch on.
Yes, we were like, Steven caught on especially. We were like, is he messing with us here?
Yeah, that was great.
Man, well, welcome to the Music
Of
and
course,
yeah, welcome to the Music and Crypto Podcast. Glad to have you guys on. How is life on the Freedom Boat?
Well,
it's awesome.
yeah. I'm having as much fun as I've ever had. So, yes, we're having fun. It's a blast.
Yes.
John, let me get straight into this. I know you got a lot going on. So tell me, why are you running for president?
Well, I mean, there's no way in hell I could ever be president. I mean, anyone who thinks I could, they need hospitalization, I fear. But I can't be president. However, I do have enough following and then apparently still enough charisma to, when I ran in 2016, I came in a close second to Governor Johnson. This time I will get the Libertarian nomination. I'm sure of that. So basically, it gives me a year and a half access to the national stage to talk about the things that I think are important. I mean, I've lived 73 years. I've observed for 73 years. I'd like to give my report.
Wow, that's very well said. I know you've got a lot of opinions on things like the IRS and taxes, and I'm sure many echo the same sentiment as you.
Well, yeah, I mean, we did an interview last night at midnight. By the way, we should not have been doing an interview in the state we were in, but we did, and we talked about my life. I mean, for the past 35 years, I've lived outside the box. People have hated me because I've been telling the truth as I see it. But no one wants to hear the truth, certainly not as I see it, because it's an ugly truth. We have a government that's gone insane. We have a population of citizens that have become sheep.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
and think they are not. The average person in this world wakes up at an early hour, gets dressed, shaves, puts on a suit, or if it's a woman, puts on a nice dress, has breakfast with your family, commutes for an hour to work, sits for 9 hours in a windowless, airless office with artificial light. At the end of that 9 hours, gets to go home in another hour commute, eat supper, and say goodnight to your family. And this is your life, 5 days a week, for the rest of your life. Now you tell me you're not a slave. I'm sorry, you are. Wake up, people. You are not sheep. You are human beings. So this is the type of stuff I'm going to be talking about. And I have the right to do so if I'm running for president. And if I can't win, I can run. And that's all that matters.
Right.
Man, thank you for telling that.
Doesn't make sense, and the sad part is how such a small percentage of people control all of the wealth. It's insane.
Well, yes, it is. I mean, the creation of the global market. Now, the market is not some, thing which is not connected to the world that you happen to go to when you want to buy things. Everything involving money is the market.
Right.
And you cannot live in this without integrating money into almost all of your transactions. You buy food, clothes, shelter, you buy a house, you buy a car, you sell this, you sell that. You have an independent economy of your family that must be maintained, but through someone else's currency, controlled by, normally, the government, the Fed, banks, and powerful people. And if these people control the currency, they control every aspect of you. They can add money to the supply. They can take money away from it. They can tell what interest rates are going to be. Everything.
Right.
You have no control. You are the slave. They are the man. With cryptocurrency, what does that give us? Cryptocurrency gives us control over the medium of exchange. We can take that power away from the masters by choosing not to use their currency and use something that we control. Please, God, see the brilliance of that. See how incredibly powerful that can make you as the individual. But you got to do something. I mean, you have to take some fucking action here. You have to join me, do something, carry a sign in the street, start using your cryptocurrency for payments and receipts. How hard is that? Please, God, let's start doing it.
It's not hard.
Absolutely. I mean, you're taking the opportunity with your platform to wake people up. And we appreciate it.
There we are. Okay. That was better. All right. It's a little less steamy. Okay. It's a little dark. The light beams are dark. I'm sorry.
My wife is very cognizant of how she appears in various lights.
She looks good. She looks good. That's why you have her with you here.
Priorities in my wife's life. I got up, turned the fucking light off. Are we happy?
Yes, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I think that's fantastic that you're using your platform to be able to wake up people, because the truth is many of us are slaves, and one industry where you find a ton of slaves, quote unquote, is in the music industry. So I want to thank you. We want to thank you for taking note in our project, because I know you got about 1 million followers, and I think it was awesome that a single tweet from Steven caught your eye, because what we're trying to do is something huge.
I think Janice will verify that music is one of my greatest loves. I play piano poorly, but to me, beautifully.
It's beautiful.
And I normally have a harmonica with me. I would serenade us now, but I do actually.
Man. Should I grab the guitar in the back?
Fucking love it.
Throw a little concert over here.
Right.
Yeah.
What type of music is you guys' favorite?
Blues.
Blues?
Blue.
How about you, Janice?
Blues.
R&B.
R&B?
Of
Yep.
course.
Yep.
R&B.
I actually...
Well, I like it all.
Yeah.
Except for country music. I get psychotic and dangerous when people play country music around me. Other than that, I'm fine.
I just recently spoke to Lloyd Williams talking about a legendary R&B singer. So there's a lot to do. And as you know, I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people in the crypto community, they give Tron a lot of slack. And we're building our platform on the Tron protocol because it's faster. It's better, the microtransaction scalability, the cheaper fees. What are your thoughts on Tron and Justin Sun?
Tron is a great platform. There are many great platforms though within cryptocurrency. What I try to avoid, and what I try to get people to not do, is to pick a favorite at the expense of somebody else verbally. Like what you like. And Tron is a very solid platform. I have no problem with that. Very solid. So nothing wrong with that. But please don't make my approval of Tron be something I go, see, McAfee approves, so he...
Right. Yeah, because that's exactly what they'll say on
Tremendous
the headlines of the articles.
So, John, what's the what? Can you explain to us what the Clone Army movement is all about?
Yeah. Okay. Well, as everybody knows, not everybody, but some people. I'm in exile. The IRS has launched a political campaign against me through the courts by convening a grand jury. Now, I've made no secret of the fact that I have not filed a tax return in 8 years. I never intend to file another. Not filing is not a crime. Deception, lying, and fraud is a crime. So if I lie on my tax return, that's fraud. Well, I haven't said anything. I can't possibly have committed fraud. Nevertheless, this is what they're coming after me for. So in any case, I'm not worried. It's politically motivated. It is obviously politically motivated. And I just left the country because in prison, by the way, if I do get collected, they're not going to give me bail because I'm a flight risk. Well, obviously, I'm a flight risk. I'm in flight, of course. So, and that's what I do, all right? So I won't see the light of day, and I won't be able to say to the world what I need to say over the next year and a half. So that's why I'm here. Can I explain that? Is that a question, even? Is that a tangent?
What's it like living in exile?
Oh, what's it like? Yeah.
What's it like?
Well, where we are, it's like heaven on earth. We have the beautifully crystal clear azure waters from here to the next island. Beautiful islands with palm trees and sand dunes just dotting the horizon. And in between, hundreds of sailboats with their white masts and their lights bobbing at night. Jesus God, this is heaven.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful.
So where do you see music and blockchain coming together and creating opportunities for undiscovered artists?
Well, I think opportunity for artists means what I talked about originally. Free yourself. Become your own fucking boss. Do not be put upon by others. Well, the blockchain and its ubiquitous permanence and truth gives artists the possibility now of owning their own work and choosing what will be done with it on its own. Oh, Jesus, that's a good thing. And not just for artists, for anybody, shoemakers, I don't care who you are, okay? If you apply the blockchain properly, you can free yourself and own the fruits of your labor.
How long do you see this take?
I fucking love music. So.
How long
do you see it?
Oh my God! For what? For the entire world, the entire industry, 10 years probably.
Right.
For you guys, you've already got to jump out of the box. You're on it.
Yeah. We've got a platform launching in a couple of months, and we have a long roadmap. We know it's not going to be 1 month to another month. It's a lot of work to do, but we believe in bringing a true music ecosystem to the blockchain where the listeners start getting paid as well as the musicians, and the musicians take full control of their content, just like you mentioned.
Well, I mean, I know what you're saying, and it sounds idealistic and very nice. And if it happens, that's wonderful. But I'd be happy with paying for my own enjoyment if the artist had control over their own work. Right. That's step one. And if we do that, you realize what a marvelous thing we will have done.
Absolutely. And the other issue is the getting discovered part. So that's where we bring incentivization in and the ability for artists to go market themselves a little more efficiently in this ecosystem. Yes. So once they get discovered, now those people are sharing, and now they're going to start paying for the content that they provide exclusively to the platform. So it's something we're really excited about.
I'm working with a Japanese company that has an influencer platform for the influencers on social media and the internet. Okay? Myself might be one of those, which is beautiful. And to meld that with what you are doing, think about this, okay? It's the ultimate marketing versus the ultimate market. A market that's fully free and controlled by those who create its content, connected with those who have the influence within the world. Well, good God Almighty, good stuff's coming down this pike.
Right.
Definitely.
And it's coming fast. I mean, you know, one day you have, you know, Mr. Jamie Dimon talking a bunch of crap about cryptocurrency, and look what comes on the news, you know, a few years later.
Yeah, I'd like to correct something which is extremely important here. His name is pronounced not Diamond, but Demon. All right. Now,
yeah,
me,
I used to work for that demon.
Important distinction.
So, what are the top 3 things that you think will bring mass adoption to crypto?
Well, easier user interfaces where plumbers and housewives and whatever can just get on without having to know anything about a string of numbers, a wallet, none of this stuff. Let's make it like we make everything else in life.
Easy.
We hide all the garbage behind the interface. It's not garbage, but wallet ideas. No, fuck no. Give it a name and let's move on. So that's number one. We need better user interfaces. Mm-hmm. Number 2, we need people with courage who believe that using cryptocurrencies is going to save us. Investing in them is not. Now, it may make you temporarily wealthy, but who gives a shit if that wealth is within the same context of this nightmare of control from the top that we're living in? No. So we have to have the courage to use it. And we've got the courage to talk about it, to tell our friends, our neighbors, everybody that we know, the new thing that's here, that you can also join for free, that will free you from them.
Right.
That's beautifully said,
man. That's one direction we went.
God, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, we got to have decentralized exchanges. Otherwise, I'm talking to my ass and will always do so. Why? If we don't have decentralized exchanges, governments can shut us down. Right. They can go to the location where you have your servers, set fire to the building, shut the electricity off, arrest everybody, throw a bomb down the chimney, whatever, and you're done. We have to have exchanges. When distributed exchanges come, trying to shut those fuckers down, it can't be done. The theory and practice are on us now. They are real. And when they get here, we have ultimate power forever. Please see this.
Right. So let me get your opinion on this. Now that you mentioned full decentralization, because people always, come up with some sort of problem with full decentralization. What's your thought on a system such as like proof of work versus proof of stake? Like for instance, Tron is durable proof of stake. So there's a little bit of centralization there, but you're getting other added benefits to it.
All right, it's a tricky question. I was one of the largest miners in the world for a while when I was at MGT. Had 6,000 of Bitmain's S9s. Jihan Wu is a really good friend of mine. He's the largest miner in the world, obviously. Proof of work says one thing. I've done the work. I have done something. It has cost me time, money, energy, something to create this coin, which I now give to you. I'm sorry, there's value in that, okay? Proof of stake, it's okay. It's okay. But you ask which I would prefer in terms of stake or proof of work. Yeah, obviously.
Where do we draw the line in a platform such as ours? Something that we always discuss is where may we have to draw the line to where if someone's posting this or that, is it our responsibility to step in?
Okay. Where do we draw the line itself is not a good question. It means that where do we limit ourselves? Where do we stop our push? Where do we end our efforts at discovery? No, please God, I want the limits. I want the lines. Do it from the best that your heart and mind can conceive. And forget the what if. What if someone does this? What if someone does that? Well, let's wait until they do that and then resolve that problem. But I don't want to see limits. I don't want to see a line. So please, God, push that line as far as you can fucking push it.
Right. And one of the other things I'd like to note on is, as you made the point, we have designed VibraVid in a basic manner so that it's very similar to even logging on to YouTube or something like that. We wanted to make it very accessible as compared to with other dApps that are being created. You're using wallets and you have to have this technical knowledge or knowledge of cryptocurrency. We're one of the only projects on Tron right now that thought outside of the box, where we want to make everything easy and simple and accessible, like you say, to people who know nothing about cryptocurrency.
You have to do that. You have to do that. I'm sorry. Otherwise, the concept of widespread acceptance is an oxymoron. Because exactly. How can something be widely accepted if the majority view it as complex, technologically impossible, or in some way inhibiting in using it? No, please God, hide all that stuff in the bowels of the system. It's like the concept of recursive subroutines. I mean, Jesus God, it's extremely powerful things. Does the user need to know that you're using them? Why no? I those fuckers use them, gain the benefit.
Right. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many musicians we have approached, and I mean, we're talking in the hundreds that when they hear the word cryptocurrency, it almost turns them off right away, and then it becomes so. But we provided solutions for that. We're working on our Artist Accelerator program. We're creating more content to explain what cryptocurrency is.
Education. At the end of the day, they want to see a benefit, and you have to talk to them in dollars first before they can understand and appreciate what digital currencies actually do for them. Yeah.
Here's the other thing. These artists are the avant-garde. You know what that means? That the avant-garde in the art world is always those on the front fucking lines. They're the ones exploring, pushing, experimenting. Well, goddamn it, if you can do it in your music, why don't you try doing it in your finances as well and see what happens, all right?
We're going to have to clip that out right there and show it.
That's a good point.
That to every artist. Man, well, John, we don't want to take too much of your time. We really appreciate you jumping on the call.
That's very good, thank you.
So, we yield the floor to you for these last couple minutes. What would you like to, tell the public?
Well, I'd like to say, first of all, you guys are good sports. I started this morning saying I needed to have the interview exactly at 7:19. Yeah, a good comment on that. I then later said someone fell off the boat, and it stopped the clock for 4 minutes.
Did someone really fall off the boat?
Back to 7:03. Are you guys okay with that? Well, I couldn't tell whether they were taking me seriously or not, but clearly I was not. Now, here's what I would like to say, because we are all, whether you're into cryptocurrency watching this or not, whether you're into technology or not, you are a human being, or you're one of the dogs sitting next to a human being watching this. I think the dogs probably understand better than we. The only advice I can give you from my 73 years of fairly radical experience is, if you're doing something right now at this moment that you do not love, stop. Stop, for fuck's sake. Maybe this is all we have, one life. Maybe there is no afterlife, I don't know. But if there is no afterlife, do you realize the horror you have inflicted on yourself by spending 1 second doing something you do not love? Do only what you love. Only and ever. That's all I can say. Doesn't have anything to do with cryptocurrency, but it's the best I can give you.
No, it doesn't need to. Wow.
Well said.
I'm at a loss for words, but because that's just the best way to say it, because it's true. There's no denying that, and everyone has their way of showing that.
And the people out there listening, if you truly want to support projects that will make this technology and this benefit to humanity real and quickly, then support things like this and start using your own cryptocurrency for buying and selling. But choose what's magical and terrific. And I didn't know about it until I was tagged in a tweet. So John McAfee might like this or love this. And I look, what the fuck is this? I look and I go, well, goddamn, I love this. Okay, so, but support the good and just ignore the bad. So, good night, John. And ladies.
We appreciate you so much. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you.
Man, that was an epic interview, Steven.
For sure.
And you were right. He was really messing with us about the timing.
Yeah, that's funny. It was an amazing conversation. I loved listening. I always love listening to a lot of his insights. And I mean, he's a really intelligent guy. And I mean, I know there's a lot of people that have lost faith in or do not give John any credibility anymore in the space. But, you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, he's got a vast amount of knowledge between economics, mathematics, government systems, legalities concerning taxes and everything else. I mean, you know, he's got a lot of points, and I still believe he's a huge influencer and a prominent person in the crypto space for sure.
He's done a lot of big things for crypto, and he will continue to do a lot of big things for crypto. So
right.
I just had a really good time, and that was, you know, it felt like we were just talking to a buddy. So that was awesome, man. It was a great experience.
Yeah, for sure. It was good to have Janice on too. What I really noticed throughout the video chat, I mean, you can see the love in her eyes and her admiration of John too, and that's something I respect. You know what I mean? And just all of the conversations that were produced from this podcast. I mean, this is one of our more epic milestones with the project. Certainly, for sure, is having one of the greats on with us, and I'm privileged and honored.
Likewise, I think that it was amazing timing how this worked out, and it's all for the best. And I'm surprised how much we talked about in just those 30 minutes. So I hope people enjoy this episode, and we'll leave it at that. Follow us on Twitter at BeatzCoin. We should be launching our project really soon. Steven, if you have any last words, go ahead and end it for us.
Yeah. The only thing I really want to let everyone know is that we are currently migrating an updated version of our BeatzCoin.io website, which should be live very, very, very soon. And I'm talking days to a week. Other than that, you can expect VibraVid we're already moving into milestone 4, and then we'll have to tackle milestone 5 and then some testing. So we're still looking at a date somewhere around April. I'm hoping for the best. I'm pushing every day to get everybody to work as fast as they can, but yet come up with a good product. We don't want to rush things too fast. And other than that, thank you everyone for the support. Thank you, John and Janice, for coming on and talking to us and actually showing your support for what we are doing over here with Vibravid and BeatzCoin. And we can't do it without the community, so we appreciate you guys.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Steven, and that will wrap up this episode of the Music and Crypto Podcast. See y'all later. Peace.
Bye.